Good afternoon and welcome. Today with us we have Sam Losar, who is the CEO of YCD Multimedia. Sam, welcome. Thanks for coming all the way from New York.
Thank you. My pleasure being here.
We have a couple of questions for you today. You're a regular visitor here, actually, aren't you? You come all the way from New York to Amsterdam for this time of the year. What's the main reason for you coming to ISE?
Well, we used to exhibit at ISE. This year we are not exhibiting, but still it's very important for us to see what the industry is doing, what competitors and partners are doing, and that's the main reason for us of being here, as well as meeting with partners.
Okay, so when it was, I think Scenario were very big supporters of the whole digital signage hall in the early days.
Correct.
And you acquired the business and changed things around a bit.
Right.
So what have you seen then? Let's go through a couple of things. What have you seen in display technology, first of all, at the show?
Right, so displays, smaller bezel, higher resolution, 4K, and more we see at shows and also in the marketplace, LEDs.
Okay.
LEDs, resolution becoming higher, cost going down. We see indoor LEDs. We are driving many indoor LEDs. It's definitely a trend that we see.
Okay, you're not alone in thinking about the LED. We've got a 1.5 mil LED which we use as a broadcast set background here.
Right.
Would never have used that a couple of years ago. Wouldn't have been good enough quality or the right cost.
Right.
All the big display manufacturers have launched a new LED product, it seems, at the show.
Right.
Some have announced a launch, but may not necessarily have a proper product.
Right.
NEC do, of course. It's going to affect the video wall market, really, with the classic panels, is it not?
Absolutely, and we are ready for that. As you may know, one of our main differentiators is the ability to synchronize display channels and also synchronize between hardware, between PCs. It's mostly done for video walls, very large video walls like in the Microsoft stores. Mm-hmm. But lately we are involved in projects like the LED, large LED at the Marriott Marquis in New York City, which is not driven by a single channel, but for multiple channels that are synchronized. And you have to take care of the bezel that doesn't exist in a large LED. And also every pixel is much larger. So we have to obviously go and optimize the playback as we go.
Yeah, the Marriott Marquis thing is, of course, the largest advertising billboard in the world.
Right.
Times Square, Marriott Marquis.
Yes.
And when I was there in New York, probably in October, during New York Digital Signage Week, we saw a great way that you'd split the whole screen out. So rather than just being one big billboard, there was many different channels, I think 3 or 4 different billboards on one.
Exactly.
Very, very
Actually,
impressive.
thank you. Our software is looking at any display element. It can be a single screen, it can be a video or collage, or a very large LED with megapixels as a canvas, large canvas of pixels. And this allows us to drive in pixel perfect fashion and also to segmentize that display element into as many zones as the customer wants. And that flexibility is very important.
Yes, no, I can see, especially for the big screen like the big billboard on Times Square.
Right.
So anything else at the show in terms of, have you seen any big data, quantitative and analytics stuff? I see Quividia here, and there's a few other people around that space.
Right. Yeah. I mean, as part of the signage area, we see the same company that we always see, and it seems that everybody's coming out with new features. I'm happy to say that it seems that customers are becoming more and more educated, and that's very important. I think for the industry in general. But for us as well, because our focus, our value proposition is helping customers create immersive and engaging experiences. And we do it with off-the-shelf tools, and they're scalable. So for us, we look for customers that are looking for more than just the basic display, but for those immersive experiences.
Okay.
And
so the sort of power that you put into the software, you're well known from the Scenario days, which is where I know you best, obviously requires a PC. So what's your thoughts on some of the implementations of system on a chip or WebOS type products?
Sure.
And things?
So we learned that market segments have different needs. As I mentioned, we want to play in the higher end, sophisticated experiences, but we have to be open to what the market is looking for. Our system requires a PC. By the way, we can also run our software on tablets, on Android, not only a PC, but our main product is running on PC. And we are looking and testing always new hardware, including the chips on the displays. In order to implement 100% of the capabilities of our software, you still need a PC. And PCs become smaller, less expensive, and more powerful. So if there is an opportunity that includes a chip on a screen, can be driven, but you cannot expect the same results in terms of resolution, flexibility, as with the PC.
Okay. My last question for today then, what's the one thing that YCD are looking forward to this year? New product release, event, or...
Absolutely. We have a big product release in Q2. It's version 3.8. We actually announced it a couple of days ago. And there are many new features that are coming up with that version. And just to name few, we are very close to the content area. We work very closely with content creation agencies, and we are adding data pipes into our software so it will be easier to parse data for more and more dynamic sources, social media, so you can present localized and personalized content on the screen. In addition to that, we focus on HTML5 widgets. Not only you can pass more data, but we allow for more ways to display it on the screens.
Brilliant, and that's in Q2 this year?
Q2 this year, yes.
Sam, thank you for coming.